From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, October 3rd, 2014. Silver is trading at $16.88 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,200 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $373. Antiwar.com reports, though the ceasefire that brought the eastern Ukraine war to a halt is holding across 90% of the country, the rebel capital of Donetsk continues to be a flashpoint, with the military continuing to shell rebel-held residential neighborhoods and rebels still trying to take the airport. The latest push on the airport began yesterday morning and was the second time this week they tried to advance. The Ukraine military denied reports that large parts of the airport had fallen and insisted they retained it. Meanwhile, the shelling of residential neighborhoods, which left 10 dead the day before, continued through the night, killing a Swiss Red Cross worker outside the organization's Donetsk office. Ukraine denied the shelling that hit the Red Cross worker, even though it was against rebel-held territory. The Red Cross issued a statement warning indiscriminate shelling of residential areas violates international law. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. The Associated Press reports Hong Kong's embattled leaders refused demands by pro-democracy demonstrators to resign on Thursday and instead offered talks to defuse a week of massive demonstrations that have gone into the biggest challenge to Beijing's authorities since China took control of the former British colony in 1997. The Hong Kong Federation of Students said in a statement early Friday that they plan to join the talks with the government, focused specifically on political reforms. They reiterated that Chief Executive Long Chong-ying should step down, saying he has lost his integrity. A wider pro-democracy group that had joined the demonstrations, Occupy Central, welcomed the talks and also insisted that the leader step down. Occupy Central said in a statement it, quote, hopes the talks can provide a turning point in the current political stalemate. However, we reiterate our view that Chief Executive Long Chong-ying is the one responsible for the stalemate and he must step down, end quote. The students had threatened to surround or occupy government buildings if he did not step down, and police had warned of serious consequences if protesters carried out that threat. The protesters want Beijing to reverse its decision that all candidates in the inaugural 2017 elections for chief executive be approved by a committee of mostly pro-Beijing elites. They say China is reneging on its promise that the city's top leader will be chosen through universal suffrage. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for t-shirts, precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. That's shop.fppradio.com. Reuters reports a federal appeals court ruled on Thursday that Texas could begin enforcing restrictions on abortion clinics that critics of the new law say will force all but 7 of the facilities in the state to shut down. A panel of the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans ruled that Texas could enforce the requirement that clinics have certain hospital-like settings for surgeries while the court weighs the constitutionality of the 2013 law. A lower court in August ruled that the ambulatory surgical center requirement was unconstitutional, finding it placed an undue burden on women seeking abortions. Texas officials appealed that ruling. Abortion rights advocates who have argued that the requirement will leave approximately 1 million Texas women who are of reproductive age at least 150 miles from an abortion clinic and were critical of the ruling. Supporters of the law, who say the rules will reduce complications and improve patient care, applauded the ruling. Under the rules, Texas clinics will have to meet a set of building standards ranging from widening halls to having facilities for certain surgeries that abortion rights advocates say are unnecessary, especially when an abortion is medically induced. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.